Hello guys, this is Sandra here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. It's lovely to have you here and I hope you're gonna enjoy your time. As I mentioned in my previous video, I have quite the eyeshadow collection. I have 39 eyeshadow palettes and I only have pen 10 in them. And rather than trying to pen a whole palette this year as I've done in the previous 2 years, I can link those series below. I realized that while in the beginning I'm doing well with those, as we go on in the year I get really bored of the palettes, even if I work on more than one. I don't know what it is, my motivation just plunges down. So I decided that this year, rather than doing a penned palette, I'm gonna do a series that I will probably call a palette. So I want to keep this project going as long as I don't have at least one or more pen in all of my eyeshadow palettes, which I know is 39 palettes and I only have 35 of them. I have 4 on their way, which are all from the Colourpop Animal Crossing collection. So those are coming at some point, I just don't know when they get here. And I already chose all 5 eyeshadows. I have all of them on my eye, and you will see that the first palette that I rolled was one of the Animal Crossing ones, so I decided to re-roll at the time because I don't really know when they will arrive, just because of the pandemic and, you know, shipping from the US to the UK can take quite some time. So I decided I'm not going to wait on that, because if it takes another 3 weeks to get here, then I literally will have 1 week to work on it, so I'm not going to do that. So what I did is that I used the Tiny Decisions app to choose which palettes I'm working from, but then I'm the one who's choosing the colors. One, I think it makes more sense because then I can choose colors that might remotely work well together or that I will think that I get the most use out of. And yeah, I don't know, it just seemed to make sense. So I have 29 palettes that have no pen in them. If you want to see the remaining 10 palettes with pens, some of them have 1, some of them have 3, so you know, they're all different palettes. But if you want to see a video where I just show you all the palettes that have pen in them, let me know. I think that could be quite a little fun side project to film. But yeah. Oh, thanks neighbours, that's great. But today we're gonna just focus on the 29 that don't have pen in them. And the first palette, let me just get my notes, that I rolled was the Very Young Wildlife palette, and I have the tiger version. I just have all of them stacked in next to me. Also, I just thought that for a chatty video like this could be quite a nice background. So you have some of my makeup and then just some of the wall. I don't know, I thought it could be fun, but let me know. So the first palette I rolled was the Very Young Wildlife palette. This is the tiger version. And this is what it looks like. Now I have already a few videos up with this in my channel, so I'm gonna link them in the card and down in the description box. And I was not too sure, looking at it, what shade to go with, but then I decided to go with the shade Pounce. And did I mention it? I think I did. I'm wearing all the shades on my eyes today. So this one was just a really nice deep shade, but I'm also gonna put swatches on my hand. And please don't mind my sweatshirt, I just wanted to be comfortable. I'm in a sweatshirt and pyjamas, so it's just that kind of day. So you can see it's a really nice deep burgundy kind of shade. And I thought that before springtime comes, I mean, we're almost there, but you know, I like my burgundies. So I thought before we really head into the summer, I can make some damage on this and hopefully hit pen soon. Now I don't know how long it's gonna take me because it is fairly pigmented, but then it also blends out, so if I really want to build it up, I guess I can make some serious damage on it, but we'll see where we get with that. The second palette that I rolled was the Jeffree Star Mini Breaker. Again, I have videos with, I'm pretty sure, all of these palettes. Yes, I do. So I'm going to link all of them in the description box, and I will link some of them in the cards, but I'm not going to have enough space in the cards, so you'll find them in the description box if you want to see more. And I've done loads of tutorials with this one. I have one where I made 3 looks, another one where I tried to recreate a look that I did with some of my other eyeshadows, because initially I did not want to buy it. I thought I can dupe it, and then I got sucked in it anyway. And this is what that palette looks like. I think it's gorgeous. I love many shades in this. I love that. I love a Bite Me, that one as well, called Orange Crush. But the one I decided to work on is a Double Scoop, because I think it's gonna work nicely with that color. And I use it as well to blend out that burgundy shade. I just think they look really nice together. Now, when I swatched on Anastasia, I'm not gonna lie, it gives me a little bit of a Winnie the Pooh kind of vibe, but it almost looks like the wall as well, but in reality this is more mustard. But I love those kind of tones, and I thought it could be really nice just by itself as well, with a lighter color for like a really light eyeshadow look. And these pens look huge, so I think I might have to work on it for a while. Also, now looking at it, I really want to look with Double Scoop, Slice and Hot Fudge. Looking at it, that would look beautiful, so maybe I'm gonna do that one day. But yeah, these are our two colors so far. Then the third palette I rolled in is one of the e.l.f. bite-sized palettes, and it's the green one called Hot Jalapeno. And I knew that I want to work on one of the shimmer shades, but I was not too sure initially. And then looking at all the other shades, I decided to go with the gold color, because I thought I can incorporate that more with the colors that I chose than the green. Now, obviously, I don't have to use these shadows together all the time, but I wanted a color story that works together. And this is what I have on most of the inner part of my eyelid today, and it's a beautiful, beautiful gold. It's super pigmented. It works well with fingers, it works well with the brush as well, so you don't have to get your fingers dirty if that's not something that you like to do. And again, links will be in the description box. It's a really, really good palette, and for £3 you cannot really fault it. I'm sorry, everyone's working in the gardens today. I don't know what's happening, but it's a bit loud. Also, while we're on the green theme, I think they brought out a limited edition mint palette that looks beautiful, and I think that one would work really good with this one, but I don't have it. I have enough eyeshadow palettes clearly as it is, as we know from this project, but let's move on. Now, the next palette is one that I don't use often, and it's the With Love Cosmetics natural one, and I got this as a present from my friend. And I love the matte shades in there, but there are 3 mattes and 6 glitters. And I filmed first reactions with this, I think. First impressions, not reactions. And while you can work it, I feel like this is a good palette if you use it together with other things. And the glitter was a bit hard to work with. In terms of that it went everywhere, it doesn't really stick, so I haven't really used the glitters that many times. And I thought I'm not going to choose a glitter because also they're quite a wet formula, or they used to be. It's getting old. And, you know, you can just easily push them around, and I thought that's not fair. Also, if you see, it looks like they sweated in the palette. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see. There are little, like, oily residues around some of them, which is a bit weird, but never mind. I decided to use one of the matte shades in this project, which is this really nice, slightly skin-colored matte peach kind of shade. It's not that different from my actual skin color, and I thought this can be a really nice color to blend out the Jeffree Star shade. Like, you can barely see it on my skin. It can be also nice for a smoky eye in the inner corner if you want like an all matte smoky eyes. I think that this shade shouldn't take me too long to pen, although it's barely touched. But yeah, the matte shades in this palette are really nice and buttery, and I don't know if they do like an only matte palette, but if they do, that would be really nice. The glitters I'm not sure about, but maybe now... Oh, there's a cat hair in there, lovely. But maybe now that I'm gonna reach for the matte, maybe I can play a bit more with the glitters, we'll see. But that's our second to last shade. And then our last shade comes from one of my newer palettes, which is the Beauty Bay and Nikkie Tutorials palette. And there are loads of shade in this palette that I love. I'm not sure how much you will be able to tell, but it's already quite well loved. There are dips in loads of them. But the color that I chose, I think it's one of Nikki's favorite colors as well, and I understand why, is the shade Pride, which is this pinky purpley kind of really beautiful iridescent color. And today I just have it in my inner corners. Oh, it's so beautiful. And this one might be a bit of an odd choice with all the colors, but they do work well together, and I also thought it's going to be really nice with that berry young color, those two together. Just look at it, it's so beautiful. Let me bring my hand closer. Okay, so that's all the colors that we are working with. I think they are beautiful. And again, I want to do this project until we have at least one pen in all the eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna roll in one every time I hit pen on one, and I gave myself the rule that if I hit pen on 5 eyeshadows and feel like some of them are not working well, or I don't want to work on it anymore at the time, then I can refresh it, but only if I used up already 5. I overhit pen on 5 eyeshadows. So obviously I keep a little tally in my notebook, so it's easy enough to follow. Now, I'm sure other people have done a project pen like this before. I'm sure it's not a revolutionary idea, but I don't know who done one like this. But if you want to join me, let me know. That could be fun. And also, again, if you want to see a video where I show you all the eyeshadow palettes that I have a pen on, then I can do that. Also, I have to mention that I didn't put in any like palettes that have like face products in there as well. So I only put in palettes that are solely eyeshadow palettes, because I have a few that you can use both on the eyes and on the cheeks, or have both eyeshadows and cheek products. I did not want to mix those in. And also I have quite a bunch of single eyeshadows. So maybe once we get closer to the end, I can bring those in as well, but for now I just want to focus on eyeshadow palettes and see where we can get this. I assume it's gonna take me a while because it's a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and I'm sure I will purchase a few even though I don't need it, but eyeshadow is my vice and it's my favorite makeup product, I think. Although I do love a highlighter, and lately I'm really into lip gloss, so we'll see. But for now I'm gonna go. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know what is your favorite eyeshadow palette. That will be quite fun to know. But for now I'm gonna go. I hope you're gonna give this video a like, and if you enjoy my videos, please hit the subscribe button. That would mean so much to me. But for now I'm gonna go. I hope you have a lovely day, and bye bye.